Imagine a sound, not loud, not sudden, something subtle, almost imperceptible, but a low, persistent thrumming, a deep resonance that seems to vibrate in the very air around you. It's a distant drone, felt as much as heard, a vibration that resonates within your bones, a sound that never truly stops. It lingers, a constant presence in the background of your awareness. Some say it's like a diesel engine idling far away, the low rumble of a truck engine that never quite fades. Others feel it as a deep, vibrating hum, a tactile sensation as much as an auditory one. It weaves itself into silence, subtly altering the perception of tranquility, turning peace into unease, a nagging feeling that something is not quite right. You try to escape, turn off appliances, anything that might be contributing to the noise. You leave the city, seeking refuge in the countryside, but the sound follows, an unwelcome companion. It vibrates within your skull, a persistent pressure behind your eyes, a low-frequency guest that won't leave, an uninvited presence in the sanctuary of your mind. For a small percentage of people, this is reality, a constant, inescapable phenomenon. A phenomenon called the hum, a name given to this mysterious auditory experience. The world is never truly quiet for them. Silence is a forgotten luxury. The hum brings headaches, a throbbing ache that intensifies with each passing hour. Insomnia, nights spent tossing and turning, desperately seeking sleep that never comes, and a sense that something is fundamentally wrong, a deep-seated anxiety that gnaws at the edges of sanity. It's a dissonant note in the universe, a jarring chord in the symphony of existence, heard by some, missed by others, a subjective experience that defies easy explanation. How can a sound torment one person and be non-existent to another standing beside them? What makes some individuals susceptible while others remain blissfully unaware? This is where the mystery deepens, the point at which simple annoyance transforms into a compelling enigma. Moving from annoyance to scientific curiosity, a quest to understand the source and nature of this elusive phenomenon. The hum isn't a modern myth. It's been reported for decades, a persistent thread in the tapestry of unexplained phenomena. From England to Australia to Canada, reports have surfaced across the globe, painting a picture of a widespread yet localized phenomenon. But the most famous case is in Taos, New Mexico, a place synonymous with the mystery of the hum. A place of stark beauty where the vastness of the desert meets the endless expanse of the sky. An ancient culture, a land steeped in history and tradition, where the echoes of the past resonate through the present, where the sky feels close enough to touch, a sense of limitless space that both inspires and humbles. Here the hum found its name, becoming forever linked to this small desert town, and its most dedicated investigators, researchers drawn to the mystery like moths to a flame. The Taos hum became a symbol, a shorthand for all things strange and unexplained in the realm of auditory perception. For all unexplained sounds haunting the world's quiet corners, a reminder that silence is not always what it seems. It's a reminder that our senses sometimes detect, perceive things that lie beyond the realm of conventional understanding. What science cannot yet explain, phenomena that challenge the boundaries of our knowledge. For the hearers, the hum is a constant companion, an ever-present reminder of their unique and often isolating experience. For the rest, it's an enigma, a puzzle that continues to baffle scientists and researchers alike. And so, the mystery begins, inviting us to explore the strange and unsettling world of the hum. Hearers were often dismissed as oversensitive, perhaps told they were simply stressed, but their descriptions were remarkably consistent. A low, droning sound, often accompanied by a distinct physical vibration that seemed to resonate deep within their bodies. It became a shared experience among a select group, a secret society of listeners bound by this mysterious sound. They found solace in shared experiences, validating each other's reality. The quest to identify the Taos hum wasn't just a scientific endeavor. It was a deeply personal fight to reclaim peace of mind, to silence the torment that plagued their daily lives. The hum divided the town, creating a rift between those who could hear it and those who couldn't, but it also paradoxically united the hearers in their shared struggle. Their struggle turned a local oddity, a strange phenomenon whispered about in hushed tones, into a global mystery, capturing the attention of researchers and curious minds worldwide. In Taos, the search for silence became a search for answers, a quest to understand the source of this unsettling sound and restore tranquility to their lives. the hum was no longer just a sound. It was a challenge to science, to understanding, and to the very fabric of their reality. And the world was listening, intrigued by the enigma of the Taos hum and the plight of those who could hear it.
Imagine the frustration, the isolation of trying to convince friends, family, even doctors that you're plagued by a sound they simply can't hear.
Welcome to Taos, New Mexico, a place of stunning natural beauty, steeped in history and culture. A land of artists, drawn to its inspiring landscapes and vibrant creative spirit, mystics seeking enlightenment and connection in its serene and powerful energy, an ancient Puebloan culture, a living testament to the enduring traditions and wisdom of its indigenous people. People come for tranquility and silence, seeking respite from the noise and chaos of modern life, but for some, that peace is shattered, irrevocably disrupted by a sound with no discernible source, a sound that haunts their waking hours and invades their dreams. In the early 1990s, reports of a persistent, low-frequency noise began to surface, began to flood local government offices, overwhelming them with complaints and pleas for help. Residents described it as a low, rumbling vibration, an almost imperceptible yet deeply unsettling intrusion on their peace and well-being. They weren't alone. About 2% of the population, a small but significant number, was tormented by this invisible intruder, their lives irrevocably altered. The hum was constant, a relentless presence, following people even as they desperately tried to escape its grasp, seeking refuge in other towns or even states. Some resorted to using white noise machines or fans to mask it, hoping to drown out the intrusive hum with a more bearable sound, desperate for a moment of respite, desperate for sleep, a basic human need denied to them by this persistent noise. The hum was often worse indoors and especially at night, when the world outside grew quiet, allowing the hum to dominate the silence, amplifying its torment. The community split, hearers desperate for answers, seeking validation and solutions, banding together in search of relief, non-hearers skeptical, often dismissive or perhaps sympathetic, but ultimately unable to truly relate to the experience, creating a deep divide within the town. The mystery isn't just the sound's source, but the unique nature of the hearers themselves. The hum is as much about the receivers as the signal.
Maybe some people have a unique sensitivity to low frequencies, like a wine glass resonating with a specific note.
The inability to validate their experience led to isolation and self-doubt. Scientific investigation was difficult. Microphones rarely captured the hum.
Imagine being tormented by a sound while your partner sits in peace beside you.
The universe is full of things we can't sense. Bees see ultraviolet, elephants hear infrasound. Hearers in Taos became pioneers, tuned to a channel silent for everyone else.
The Taos hum's greatest mystery is its selectivity. Why can some hear it, and others cannot? Hearers often have normal hearing, yet perceive a sound most ears miss. Non-hearers insisted they heard nothing, highlighting the paradox. For hearers, the hum is real. For others, it's a legend. The truth lies in the gap between what is heard and what is not. The mystery endures.
If it were a machine, we should find it. The fact we can't suggest something we don't yet understand.
Scientific validation was a relief, but no single source was found. Engineers searched for industrial culprits, factories, pipelines, but found nothing definitive.
There's no doubt these people are hearing something, Mullins concluded.
The Taos hum brought together distressed residents, skeptical neighbors, and perplexed scientists. Bob and Katanya Saltzman documented hearers' experiences, pushing for official investigation. Their efforts turned scattered complaints into a recognized community issue. Researchers like Joe Mullins led formal studies, bringing in experts from national labs. The hum, an elusive and often maddening phenomenon, is a personal drone, a constant companion for those who perceive it. It's a soundscape unique to the individual, amplified by their own unique physiology, a symphony only they can hear. For some, it's a curse, an unwelcome guest that disrupts their peace and quiet, leading to frustration and sleepless nights. Yet for others, those who don't perceive it, it's simply silence, a world free from this persistent auditory intrusion. The science of sound, with its intricate complexities, brings us closer to understanding this phenomenon, but the mystery of the hum, its origins and exact nature, stubbornly remains unsolved.
They aren't imagining it. This is not a figment of their imagination. Their biology, the very structure of their ears and auditory systems, makes them uniquely sensitive to a faint, almost imperceptible global whisper.
Like a wine glass shattering at the right note, when the frequency matches its resonant frequency, hearers' ears might be tuned, perfectly aligned to the specific frequency of the hum, making them susceptible to its effects.
Some people's ears may resonate with these low frequencies, acting as natural receivers, amplifying the hum, turning a subtle vibration into a noticeable and often bothersome sound.
This might explain why the hum is often clearer indoors, within the confines of buildings, where other ambient noises are muffled, creating a quieter environment that allows the hum to become more prominent.
Low-frequency sounds, unlike their higher-pitched counterparts, travel far, covering vast distances, and pass through obstacles easily, penetrating walls and other barriers that would block higher frequencies.
The Taos hum, this mysterious auditory phenomenon, sits at the very bottom edge of human hearing, typically registering between 30 and 80 hertz, a range that is often felt more than heard.
Our ears, those incredible sensory organs, turn these pressure waves, these vibrations in the air, into what we consciously perceive as sound, a complex process involving the eardrum, inner ear, and auditory cortex. Frequency and amplitude are the fundamental parameters that define sound. But in the case of the hum, frequency, its specific pitch, is the key to understanding its elusive nature.
Sound, at its core, is vibration. A pressure wave, a ripple effect, traveling through the air, disturbing the molecules in its path. Or water, any medium that can transmit these vibrations.
To truly understand the hum, to unravel its secrets, we must delve deeper, explore the fascinating and complex world of sound, and unlock the mysteries it holds. The hunt continues, but the trail is cold. The mystery deepens, with more questions than answers. The hum remains unsolved.
The hum might be an orchestra, not a single instrument.
Some theories point to military radio waves or the Frey effect, but evidence is lacking. The source could be a perfect storm-distant industry, natural vibrations, and unique physiology.
Maybe Taos's unique geology amplifies these faint rumbles for a sensitive few.
The Earth itself produces low-frequency sounds, ocean waves, tectonic plates, even the planet's core.
Shutting down potential sources didn't stop the hum.
Investigators considered industrial noise, mines, power plants, pipelines, but found no match.
If the hum is real, it must have a source. The hum's nocturnal nature adds to its mystique. At night, background noise drops, and the hum emerges from the shadows. The night doesn't create the hum, it reveals it. For hearers, darkness is not silence, but a stage for the hum. The desert's beauty becomes a backdrop for an internal struggle. The hum is most undeniable when the world is quietest. In Taos, silence is never truly silent.
Sufferers toss and turn, enduring the night instead of resting.
The hum becomes a constant companion, making sleep elusive.
Non-hearers find peace in the desert night. Hearers find only the relentless drone.
For hearers, night is when the hum is most powerful.
As the world grows silent, the hum grows louder, filling the void.
Night in Taos brings profound quiet, except for the hum. The hum may be both real and amplified by perception. A ghost in the mind, triggered by a whisper from the world.
The psychological explanation is part of the puzzle, but not the whole.
Many hearers insist the sound is external, changing with movement.
Yet original hearers reported the hum before media attention, and their descriptions are consistent.
Audio pareidolia, like seeing faces in clouds but with sound, might play a role.
Some suggest tinnitus, but the Taos hum is different. Low, location-specific, and shared.
When physical explanations fail, we look inward. Could the hum be partly psychological? Not imagined, but shaped by the mind. The hum challenges our need for answers, inviting us to embrace uncertainty. So next time you find deep quiet, listen. What do you hear? The universe is not silent, and the quest for knowledge is the grandest adventure of all.
Maybe one day, new technology will solve the mystery, or maybe it will remain folklore.
The hum reminds us of the limits of perception and the vastness of the unknown. Our senses reveal only a sliver of reality. The universe is filled with hidden phenomena.
The hearers keep hearing, the world keeps wondering.
Decades later, the Taos hum remains unsolved. We've explored landscapes, listened to residents and scientists, and weighed every theory. The source is elusive, a scientific cold case.